Who says smoked chicken can't be moist, flavorful, and done in under an hour and a half with crispy skin? We'll show you how on Outdoors with Geoff. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Outdoors with Geoff. Before we light the coals for this cook here, take a minute and hit the subscribe button and that bell icon so you can be notified of any new content coming to the channel. Guys, this recipe today is a winner and the flavors on this thing are going to be phenomenal. We're starting with a salt, pepper, garlic base from Kinder's, and we're also going to be using Cattleman's Grill Smoky Chipotle Coffee Steak Seasoning. This seasoning right here is the star of the show. I recommend this for anybody. If you're interested in purchasing this rub or any of the products used in today's cook, check the links in the description below. We are an Amazon affiliate, and if you do make a purchase through those links, a small portion of that purchase price would go toward the channel at no extra cost to you to help offset the cost of producing this content. So I'm starting with a 5-pound chicken and washed it and cleaned it and placed it breast side down on the cutting board. I took a knife and cut down the very middle of the backbone and peeled the skin back, and we'll show you why I did that later on, but you can see I'm basically taking the backbone out at this point here to separate the chicken into halves. Now what I'm doing here is taking out the wishbone. I do this for any whole bird that I cook. It's as simple as taking your fingers and touching right along the top of the breast meat and you can feel it, and taking a small knife and going and trimming right underneath it and tracing it all the way down and pulling it out. Now the reason I do this is so when it comes time to serve the breast, I can just cut it right off the breastbone and the ribs and cut the chicken breast into slices without having to worry about having to cut around that wishbone and wasting meat. So a couple of steps here. I've already cut the chicken through the breastbone into halves, and I've taken olive oil and rubbed both sides of the chicken. I start with my Kinder seasoning, which is a salt, pepper, garlic base that's very coarse, very good flavor. And here I'm using the Cattleman's Grill Smoky Chipotle Coffee seasoning on both sides of the bird. Now I'm going to let the chicken rest for about 15 minutes before we inject. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and warm up the Masterbuilt 560. On today's cook, I'm going to be using B&B lump charcoal, and I'm going to be using post oak. So for today's cook, you need to get your smoker to 350 degrees. That's what's going to help us get that crispy skin that we want. So here I'm injecting the chicken with bird booster. I'm being sure to hit about 4 spots in each breast, and this provides a lot of moisture and flavor into the bird, and this will definitely help us with that high temperature cook because we can go a little bit above the norm of 165. So the chicken's been seasoned and injected. It's time to get it on the smoker. So the key to crispy skin is adding fat and having a higher temperature. So we're cooking at 350 degrees, and you can see here I'm spraying the chicken with a good amount of pan cooking spray, and later on I'm going to be spraying with a little bit of butter as well. Now we're going to let this run for about an hour and come back and check on it. So here's where we're sitting after an hour. We got some really good color. That smoke is starting to take onto the chicken as well, and we're sitting at about 155 degrees, which is right where we want to be. Here I'm adding a little bit of butter spray just to get that color exactly where we want it and get that skin to crisp up a little bit more. Only 30 minutes left just to get our skin nice and crispy like we want it. And guys, here's where we're sitting at after an hour and a half. These birds are done, color's nice, and when I temped them, we were sitting at 171 in the breast. Man, talk about a pretty chicken. Okay, just to recap, we started out with a 5-pound whole bird, took the backbone out and cut the bird in half. We then rubbed the bird with olive oil and then seasoned with Kinder's salt, pepper, garlic mix and Cattleman's grilled Smoky Chipotle coffee steakhouse seasoning. We then let the bird rest and then injected it with bird booster and got it on the smoker at 350 degrees and sprayed it with pan cooking spray and let it go for an hour. We then checked on it after the hour, hit it with a little bit of butter spray and let it cook for another 30 minutes. And then we took it off the smoker and let it rest. The Cattleman's grill rub brought a really great flavor profile to this cook. It had a mild heat with a little bit of smoke, and the coffee flavor was subtle, but it was there. The bird booster added a lot of moisture and flavor, and the post oak gave a mild smoke flavor that kind of brought everything together in addition to the crispy skin at the end. Try this one and let me know what you think of it. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode of Outdoors with Geoff. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications when more content comes out. And also check out these videos here on the channel as well.